All right, everybody. So today's topic that we're going to discuss is subtasking. We're going to go through why we do subtasking and how we do subtasking in Jira. So first of all, why do we subtask? Well, there's three main reasons. One, subtasking is generally done in the start of a story. So when we pick a story, we generally subtask and see what we need to do to accomplish the story. And it helps us be organized and it makes sure that we don't forget different pieces. So, for example, if I'm going to start a story on, let's say, create an admin account from the back service, from the back office perspective, I'll make sure that I have a subtask for sending emails. I'll have a subtask for creating an API. I'll have a subtask for architecture, and so on and so forth. Um, it helps Subtasks help your team understand which part you're working on, and since it's smaller in nature, it shows progress more accurately. Remember, it's not always going to be that we're the only one working on a story. It is very possible that there's multiple people working on stories. So what ends up happening is a subtask should be an independent task. So it should be such that I can work on it without affecting someone else. So for example, email would be a subtask. REST API would be another subtask. But we have to make sure that the subtasks are independent tasks that won't interfere with each other's work. And generally, we just, a design would be another subtask similarly. But you want to make sure you're both not designing the screen. So what you might do is you might subtask and say someone's going to design the left bar and someone's going to design the right bar, so that at least when they're working, they're not interfering with each other. So now I'm going to take you through how we subtask in Jira. So I have a user story open here, FH32. And we're looking at the story, and there's no subtasks here, right? Actually, there is one subtask, but we're going to create another one. So we go up to the top, and we click the three dots, and say Create Subtask. This is one way. The other way would be I come to the bottom, to Subtasks, and click the plus here. Now I can pick which type of subtask I require. Remember, these are all customizable, so I can add or rename or delete any of these tasks. So if you do feel that we need different type of subtasks, or we need to change the name of some subtasks to make them understandable, or if you want me to remove some because we're never going to use them, please do let me know so. For now, I'm going to choose a development task. I'm going to add a summary for this. Next, I'm going to assign this. For now, I'm going to leave it as automatic because I do not know if I'm going to be the one working on it or if another teammate is going to be working on it. Component is for, there's currently multiple components. There's an API or app. This is an app component. Sorry, API component. Now, if I try to create now, it won't allow me. I have just added the rule that it would not allow subtasks to be created without an estimate. So I'll go to the estimates tab over here and add an original estimate. So I think this task would take me 3 hours. So I would say 3 and H. That means 3 hours. If I say 3D, that would mean 3 days. If I say 3W, that would mean 3 weeks. I can click the question mark here and it will give me entire details on how that works. The remaining estimate currently would be 3 hours since I have not started the project yet, started the task yet. And I say create. Now you would see that my subtask is created, and now you see a new option over here. So there's a bar graph. This bar graph shows me progress on this task. Now let's say I wanted to work on this task. I would open up the task, and I can click create branch from here, and that would create a branch for me to work in. Every time I work on the task, what I want to make sure is I always log work. So let's say I worked 2 hours on this today on creating the task. So what I would do is, actually, we'll leave that for another topic. But that's how you create subtasks.